A very good morning to students. After chapter number 10, that is internet, we are going to learn something new with internet. That is chapter number 9, it's Google Apps. What is a Google? Google is a American public corporation specializing in internet related services and products. It began as a research project in January 1996 by Larry Page and Sergey Brin. These are the two PhD students at Stanford University. As per the project, they could zoom in close enough to read the license plates on a car on a street. So today, Google is widely used as a research engine, and this probably remains one of the most visible aspects of Google on the web. But Google is much more than search engine. It has developed a number of web-based applications that are collectively known as Google Apps. This is applications. So today we are going to learn about Google Apps one by one. There are so many Google Apps available like Google Search, Google Account, its Gmail account, and Google Docs. All these applications and services of Google are called the Google Apps. Gmail is a product of Google Apps which allow us to send and receive the emails. So, to gain access to all the Google services, we must set up a Gmail account. Gmail becomes your point of entry to the Google Apps. We can use any Google app by using our user ID and password of Gmail. So if you want to use any Gmail or if you want to use any Google apps, we must have account on Gmail. That means we have ID and password. First of all, I want to tell you about cloud computing. What is a cloud computing? It means storing and accessing the data and programs over the internet rather than in the hard drive of our computer. So Google Apps are totally dependent on the cloud computing. In traditional computing, we can start a new application software that we will need to install it in our computer before using it. So to use an application that is run on the cloud, that all is needed to done is to log in with the username and password, customize it and start using it. For this, we need a web browser and internet connection. So Google Apps are totally dependent on the cloud computing. Once we are using the Google Apps, we enjoy the ability to access our files and software from anywhere. We have access to the web and cloud computing. So, cloud computing means storing and access the data and programs on the internet rather than in the hard drive of our computer. So, our Google Apps are totally dependent on the cloud computing. First, we have a Google Chrome. What is a Google Chrome? It is a web browser software designed by the Google. It is used to view the web pages on the internet. So if we want to use the internet, we must have a web browser, that is Google Chrome, on our laptop. Next we have a Google Maps. It is a web mapping service developed by the Google. It enables us to display up to the date maps by searching for an address or a place of interest, such as an airport, hotel, or a historical site. So while going somewhere, Google Maps provide us the directions when user enters starting and destination point. It has a GPS, that is global positioning system, which is used to determine the current location of a user. It shows the real-time GPS navigation, traffic, transit and details about the millions of places. So we have a Google Maps in our mobile. We will use the Google Map if we want to go anywhere. So it helps us to provide the directions when the user enters starting and destination point. Next is a Google Translate. It is a free online language translation service which translate the text into other languages. So this translator supports the languages like English, Arabic, Bulgarian, Chinese, Italian, Hindi, Greek, Japanese, Korean, Swedish, Spanish, Russian, etc. So what we will need to do the Google Translate? We must open the app, click on the camera and point it at the text that we need to translate. A street sign, ingredient list, instruction manual, etc. So we will see the text transforming live on our screen into the other language. So if we have a Google Translate app on our mobile phone and we want to translate any of the word into the other language, so we must open the app, click on the camera and point on the text that we need to the translate, and we are able to see the changes on our screen. Next is a Google search engine. Google search engine is a Google which help us to search worldwide resource of information. This is the primary reason that most of the people use the internet to search for a specific information, including text, pictures, music and videos. So the well-known search engine is the Google. It is very fast. It offers images, maps, news and their features for locating photos, geographic directions and news headlines. So Google search engine is most widely used. Next we have a Google Assistant. It is a virtual assistant that is available on smart home devices and a mobile. With the Google Assistant, we can make a quick phone, send the text messages, set the reminders, take a selfie, set the calendar events, play the music and many more. What we will do with the Google Assistant? We speak and there is a woman voice. Woman voice will listen and speak what you say. According to what you speak, then woman voice will reply to us. So this is a Google Assistant. Okay. So when you press this Google Assistant, there is a message. How can I help? So whatever you speak, you will get your answers immediately. Next we have a Google Earth. It is an interactive mapping program that covers the vast area of the Earth. Google Earth is considered to be remarkably accurate and extremely detailed. For example, some major cities have remarkably detailed images that one can zoom in close enough to read the number of plates on the cars on a street. Next we have a Gmail. It is most widely used email application offered by the Google. We can use the Gmail to create, send, receive, forward, print and delete the email messages. So we have a next Google Blogger. Google Blogger is a blog publishing service by the Google where we can publish our ideas, opinions and store online. With the million of blogs available on the internet, we can read what others have published. So what others have published, we can read their blogs on the internet. So Blogger consists of collection of entries. That is, first is the subject. Subject is a person writing blog. Next, entries appear on the blog are called the post, and act of publishing a blog is called a posting. So a single person who maintains many of the blogs is known as the blogger. So it is very important nowadays and very informative. Many of the people are the blogger nowadays. They write their blogs on the internet. So next we have a Google Allo. It is an instant messaging mobile app launched on September 21, 2016. It provides a smart reply function that reply the users to reply to the messages with the suggestions instead of typing. Next is a Google Duo. It is a high quality video calling app and it works on iOS and Android phones. Next is a Google Calendar. It is a time management app where we can keep track of all the appointments, receive the notification, set reminder and schedule future repeating events. So we can use Google Calendar in different views like month, week and day view. Most of our events from the Gmail like flight, hotel, restaurant reservations, they are added to our calendar automatically. Means whenever we reserve anything with the help of internet, that will be automatically added to the Google Calendar. So if we have a flight on that day, so Google Calendar will give us the notification that today you have a flight, is time per. So in this way, this is a time management app. Next we have a Google Photos. It is a photo sharing and storage app from Google. It is like our new photo gallery. When we click photos or shoot the videos from our phone, these videos and photos will be automatically backed up and organized. So we can find and share them faster, and your phone space will never be used. Next we have a Google Docs. It is an online office suite where we can edit, create and share three types of documents. First is a document component of a Google Doc. Allow us to create a full feature document by adding text and format it. Next is a spreadsheet that allow us to basic manipulation of spreadsheet, adding chart and use of formula. Next is a presentation that allow us to create professionally looking presentations. Google Classroom. It is a free educational tool from the Google for teachers and students. Teacher can create an online classroom, invite the students to the class and distribute the assignments, then track their progress. In this tool, students and teachers can have a conversations about the assignments. We are using Google Meet for meeting, so it is also a Google app. Next we have a Google Drive. It is an online storage device that provides 15 GB of free Google online storage in which we can keep our files and folders. So whatever the papers or whatever the file and folders we will make with the help of Gmail, all are saved into our Google Drive. Google Drive is used by millions of people to store the files, and those files can be accessed from any smartphone, tablet or computer. So wherever we go, we can use those files that are available on the Google Drive. Next is a Google Chrome OS. It is operating system introduced by the Google. It's a Linux based operating system designed to work with the web pages. Apps are available through Google Chrome Web Store and data is stored on a Google Drive. A specialized laptop that runs Chrome OS is called a Chromebook, and a specialized desktop that runs the Chrome OS is called the Chromebox. Next we have a YouTube. YouTube, everybody know. We can search anything, any video clips from the YouTube. Next is a Google Play. It is a store of apps, songs, books, movies, games and other contents for Android phone and tablets. It is a huge place and offers a lot of content to the users free of charge or at a cost. So applications and games can be downloaded directly to our Android phone through the Google Play. Next we have a Google Android. It is an operating system for the mobile devices. Beta, everybody is having Android phones. So these Android phones are most widely used on the smartphones and tablet computers. Google has released many versions of Android operating system. Each version had a code named from a sweet food like cupcake. Android version 1.4 is cupcake. 1.6 is donut. 2.0 to 2.1 is eclair. 4.4 is Kit Kat. 5 is lollipop. And 8 is Oreo. 9 is pie. And now we have a Android 10, that is version 10. So Android version starts from 1.5 and they are upgraded, and we have now Android 10. Google Pixel. It is a smartphone designed and marketed by the Google. We all have heard about the Samsung phones, OnePlus, Apples. Beta, you know, we have a Google Pixel phone also. So we can purchase the Google Pixel phone that will provide us the facility of all the Google apps inbuilt in the Google Pixel mobile phone. It is Android phone also. You can search from the internet about the Google Pixel phone. Next is a Google Glass. It is a wearable voice controlled Android device which look like a pair of eyeglasses. इसमें करते क्या है? What we will do? It is just like a eyeglasses that will be worn onto our eyes. So it enables the user to view the information or take the photos and the videos that are projected to miniature screen in the user field of vision. So user control the device through voice commands और by touching the control on its frame. इसके फ्रेम पर क्या होता है, कुछ बटन्स होते हैं, या तो आप उनको टच करके you will be able to use the Google Glass, or you can communicate with the Google Glass with the help of voice commands. So it recognizes your voice commands and it reacts accordingly. So it looks like a eyeglasses. Next we have a Google Home. It is a voice activated smart speakers developed by the Google. It enables the users to speak the voice command to interact with the services through Google Assistant. So Google Home can play music, news, perform home automation tasks and answers complicated questions. So student, this is all about the Google apps. Read the chapter thoroughly. You will be asked for in-betweens also. Thank you.